Shalom, guys. The Hebrew New Testament website is now available for you guys to see. And you can go on right now to projecttruthministries.org. And all our Revelation stuff will be on there. Links to many videos that have been done on YouTube. PDFs that you can download that we have made for you to give out for free, right? Like the Revelation 2nd edition PDF, the translation of the Cochin James PDF, and for right now, the first 5 chapters of the Hebrew Matthew, the Cochin one. Now, for those of you that don't know, Project Truth Ministries is owned by Brian Williams and Janice Baca. Now, these two have successfully, and for a while now, since last July, basically, they are the first ones to have stuck with the Cochin series New Testament and prove it out to be an original Hebrew source. So please support their work. Go to the website, get what you need to get. Look at our website. You can see all our bios on there. You can see who we are and what we're doing and why we're doing, because some people really do want to know, and others want to know why we're doing the Cochin and this other publisher's doing the Cochin. And truth is I will tell you very simply in this video, first things first, we don't have any other agenda but to give you the manuscripts. These manuscripts do not belong to us. They belong to the Most High and to His people. They have been preserved in the Synagogue of the Jews in Cochin, India. And if you know anything about over there, there is no religious persecution. So these have not been affected. They have been preserved since the 1st century as the apostles migrated over there and have been there for 2,000 years. So we have no other agenda but to give you the manuscripts that belong to you, to show you what they say. And that's all that we're doing. And so all these PDFs will be free, but obviously if you want a book form, you have to purchase. And the purchase rates are the lowest that Amazon allows, and then if it's pennies difference, then the pennies proceeds goes to charity that we have. Money's not really going to help us move any faster, but what's going to help us move faster and translate better and all those other things is you joining our team, reaching out to me, Janice Baca, Brian Williams, Project Truth Ministries, and trying to help us. Or if you know someone that can help us, please help us, right? So just a short backstory for you while I'm on the subject is why we are doing the Cochin is because Janice and Brian have sought the Cochin as being an original. Now, all scholarship, especially last July and after, once the Revelation book was released, was completely against the Cochin. We have other people that are doing the Cochin as well. We have Miles Jones and Dr. Al Garza, James Scott Trim, who works with Dr. Al Garza, and several others. I forget their names, but somebody recently was going on with the Cochin and trying to represent the case for it, and he's not even part of our team. Others are calling it fake. Well, everybody calls it fake. Everybody calls it backwards translations of the Greek. So Janice and Brian are the only ones that have been doing a Revelation series from chapter 1, and now they're up to chapter 15. And you can go on YouTube and look them up, Project Truth Ministries Revelation, and you can see every verse is compared to the Greek. You can see that this is an original Hebrew source. Now that we know that, that's where all these other publishers who now know that, right? Because in the beginning, and I'm just going to be very truthful here, I'm not trying to talk smack, but in the beginning, we, Janice and Brian, were getting criticized very heavily by these same individuals. Dr. Miles Jones did not listen. He did not believe there was any significance to the Cochin. He is more interested in doing compilations of all the New Testament manuscripts. And all the other New Testament manuscripts have no 1st century, language that can prove they are an original source. They all are exact backward translations from the Greek. And you can see that very clearly. The Cochin is the one that does not show that. The Cochin is the one that shows 1st century grammar. So he ignored that. Now all of a sudden he's sending out emails trying to get funds so that someone can translate the entire Cochin New Testament for him. That's like doing a chapter a day So, good luck, because it's not that easy. The first century grammar is not easy. But he's more interested in doing compilations in English with no Hebrew. So, but now he's trying to do the coaching because someone already did the work for him. Brian and Janice have stuck out, their necks and bit the bullets, took the shots, and proved the work to be authentic. And now other people are trying to jump on it. So even Dr. Al Garza was doing his own compilations of the Hebrew New Testament. He wasn't really doing any of the work. He was, he said it himself. He was taking it from the Hebrew Institute, who was backwards translating into modern Hebrew, and then just putting that in a book, and then putting English, and occasionally changing out Hebrew words like Jesus for Yeshua, holy ones for Kodoshim, stuff like that. He wasn't really translating them to English at all. And James Scott Trim would not either. He wouldn't respond to anything on Facebook. And he was one of the first critics to start talking smack on the coaching when it was released, the Revelation one. But like I said, once Janice and Brian kept doing video after video, the proof was undeniable and the accusations stopped. James Scott Trim and Dr. Al Garza were working on a Garza Trim manuscript that was Matthew, Mark, and Luke, chapters 1 through 17. And they believed it to be a very old gospel, recording, probably, an authentic source from the Hebrew. So Janice Baca went ahead and reviewed it and found 0 first century grammar, and found out it was all in modern Hebrew. And so that was the problem, is that these guys didn't even know that their modern Hebrew translation was not in first century Hebrew. But now they do. And they probably themselves are trying to jump on it as well. And so, they're not going to say anything until their project is done. They're probably going to do certain books at a time. But I just want to make sure our team gets the credit, because Brian and Janice, really took the heat for trying to prove this. And it serves them right to get the credit they deserve. And it's important to know that these other publishers were once critics, and now they try to jump on it and try to, either do it themselves and make money in their own way instead of all of us working together. But it's okay, because some people have different agendas. Some are not good agendas, and some are just, they don't have the time. They'd rather do it themselves. They got a company. We're not a company. We're just doing it on our free time. Support us here. Just get the word out. That's pretty much all you're going to do in supporting us, and by sending us people to help us get the word out faster. So people that can read and write Hebrew to English. And what would be very interesting and helpful is somebody that could do Spanish as well, because it's a lot easier to understand the Hebrew with Spanish. So anyway, thank you guys for listening. I just wanted to give you the backstory of why we're doing this, who we are, and who these other people are that are out there, because they were once our critics, and now they're not, and they're not going to say anything. They're going to try to take the credit, their own credit, and probably make some kind of profit, and they should be able to, but they need to be honest. And we just need to know who's doing the work, who and why. So we're all on the same team here. If we're doing it for God Almighty, then we are all on the same team, but our agenda is not the same as others. So thank you guys for watching. The rest of the Hebrew New Testament after Matthew will be our next project, and everything would be uploaded here on projecttruthministries.org. So thank you guys. Get all the free stuff. Check out all our videos. God bless you guys.